One of the fun things about unpacking boxes is you discover stuff. And so I opened a box and it was full of hard drives. And I thought, be interesting to see what files are really still on those drives. So I started digging deep. And you know, every story has a beginning. And I found on one of those hard drives the files that were the beginning of this channel. Now, about 19 months ago, 20 months ago, I thought it would be a great idea to sit down and talk to you all about the records behind me, the music of classic rock, the artists, my interaction with them, my stories, my time in radio. Yeah, that'd be a kick. And you know, I didn't even know what to call the channel. Early names were like Needle Drop. That's already being used. Then I thought maybe In the Groove, but no, that was used too. How about Deep Tracks? Nope, that's used. Oh, here's a good one. Between the Grooves. Nope, that's used as well. So then I was getting desperate. And I thought, well, maybe albums, artists, and stories. Yeah, that's pretty wimpy, isn't it? So I contacted a friend and I said, here's my dilemma. I don't know what to call this. And I sent him a couple of my test episodes and said, what do you think? And he said, why don't you call it what it is? Bernie drops the needle. And so that seemed to work. So the channel was born. But not quite yet. We still had a couple of hurdles to overcome. I recorded my first episode. But we can think about this like, a pilot on a TV series. Because after I recorded it, and I went back and looked at it, I went, probably not the best way to launch the channel. So I sat down, wrote a new episode, and recorded that to become episode 1. So we're going to open up the vaults. We're going to go look at that first episode that until now has never been seen. So we'll set the Wayback Machine and we'll drop the needle. Hi, I'm Bernie Mitchell and welcome to the first episode of Needle Drop. What this series is going to be about is that. I was a disc jockey here in LA in the 60s and 70s and I have almost 5,000 vinyl records. So what I'm going to do is reach in, pull one out, and tell you the stories behind it. Not just the music, but stories about the artist and about my time in radio. I hope you'll enjoy it. Every record collection starts with the first record. What was my first record? Well, it was one of these little 45s, and it was called I Wish I Had a Record. Now, I wish I still had that. But I don't, because as a kid, I left it on the windowsill in my bedroom and the sun melted the vinyl, warped it. So it's no longer playable. I learned a lesson. I learned take care of your records. So now you're thinking, all right, disc jockey in LA, probably you think you can guess my first album. You might think The Doors, or Jefferson Airplane, or Buffalo Springfield. Well, yeah, I have all of those, but no, that wasn't my first record. This is my first record. It's The Parent Trap with Hayley Mills. Now, why would I buy that as my first LP? Because I was in love with Hayley Mills. When the movie The Parent Trap came out, I was living in a small town in Illinois. We only had one movie theater, and they only played movies on the weekend. It cost $0.25 to go. I went and I saw The Parent Trap Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. 5 times in 2.5 days. I think I could quote about every line in the movie. So when the album came out, of course I had to have it. Now, it's kind of a mixed bag of an album. It does contain Hayley's big hit, Let's Get Together. It also has her follow-up, Cobbler Cobbler, which isn't really in the movie. And then also side 1 has Tommy Sands and Annette singing the title song. I always thought it would have been better if they'd actually let Hayley do that. Then side 2, it's kind of a waste. It's the orchestra doing some kind of weird renditions of movie themes, many of which happen to be Walt Disney movies. But it is available. You can find it on eBay. It's called The Parent Trap, and it features Hayley Mills and Hayley Mills. Now, did I ever meet Hayley Mills? Well, not quite. But years later, she was appearing in a play in London's West End, and I actually got to go. So I saw her, didn't sit too far back in the theater, so I did see her, and she was great. Now, of course, she was older, but then I was too. In the next episode, we'll look at 63 and 64, what the music scene was like, and how when these guys showed up, it changed everything. If you enjoy this series, consider subscribing and tell your friends. Until then, rock on. So yes, Hayley got set aside to honor the Fab Four with the first episode about their debut albums. But even that episode had a rather torturous birth. I sent one of the tests of the episode to one of my friends, and he came back and he said, "It's great, but it's kind of dead. You need to include the music you're talking about." And so I looked on YouTube, and yeah, I saw people were doing that, and so it's like, okay. And I went back and re-edited the piece and added in clips of Beatles songs. Posted it up to YouTube. Bing! I get a copyright violation warning on one of the songs. Okay, pull it back down, re-edit it, take that song out, post it again, bang! I get a copyright violation warning on a different song. So I pull it down, edit that song out, repost it, bang, the same thing happens again on a different song. So I'm going, okay, I know where this is going. Now, of course, these are Beatles songs, so maybe that's part of it. But then I decide, all right, I'll re-edit it down to just 5-second clips of songs and try that. So I re-edit that, put it up onto YouTube, bang. So no go, another warning. So that, my friends, is why there is no music on Bernie Drops the Needle. I can't figure out how to do it. If any of you have any suggestions, I welcome them in the comments. In the meantime, I'm glad you find the channel entertaining and informative, and I know I can hear the music in my head, and I hope you can too, and it keeps you rocking. If you like this episode, hit the like button, and you can also leave me a comment down below, and I'll respond to you. If you subscribe, we'll let you know when future episodes come out.